it's Zena, Warthog Princess, and welcome to another Vera Bradley haul. This one comes from the recent online outlet sale, and I got about 40 items. That sounds huge, right? But it was only about 200 bucks. And I bought a lot of little things, So let's start there. I got a lot of gifts for people for the upcoming holidays and whatnot. And so in this little box, which is not a Vera box, but I put some of the littles. So what we have in here, we've got just a couple of things, but in multiples. So let's see. Okay. So this is one of each, and these are all repeats. So first thing I got is I got zip IDs and lanyards in the Star Spangled. This is a red, white, and blue star pattern. It's a regular zip ID quilted cotton, regular cotton, not recycled cotton. So that's what these are. This is the regular lanyard, not quick release or anything. So pretty straightforward. I got these to go with my girls camping trip. And I don't know if any of them are watching, but there you go. And there's 8 of them, so I got 8 of those. And then I also had gotten the zip IDs already for my gal pals for Christmas, so I went ahead and got the lanyard to go with it. So I got 8 zip IDs and 12 lanyards that match. Then I got 2 black microfiber lanyards. I do have one of these already. I don't need multiples. I don't anticipate it wearing out or breaking, which you never do, but they're pretty robust, and I don't use it often enough to really be too concerned, but I thought these are great spares and or great keep for gifts for later, so I grabbed a couple of those. I grabbed Iconic Zip ID. This is in the Khaki. This is the Performance Twill, actually. I know it's boring, brown, tan, whatever. It has the macro quilting, so it's a little different. It's a little bit elevated as far as style and fabrication and whatnot. It is also water resistant, which is great. But I got matching zip IDs and lanyards for some people that have been gifted this for Christmas. I won't say who because they might be watching. And if they are, they don't know. But I also grabbed one of these lanyards for myself, and we'll talk about that again in a moment. And lastly, I grabbed a Bahama Bay lanyard. I know it seems random just kind of by itself, but they were such a great price. Once again, I will put the prices in the remarks of this video so you can kind of see what kind of deals there were at the time. But this, I thought for sure that I had one, but I figured this would also be a great gift for some other things I have in mind. All right, now let's talk about what I got for me. Yeah, I always get the better end of the deal for sure. So let's talk about zip IDs and lanyards real quick. All right, in just a sec, I'll pull all this stuff out. So we're gonna look at some pattern and color mixing and matching and method. There's always a method to the madness. So I grabbed a Performance Twill Khaki for myself, just the lanyard. I do not need another zip ID, so I skipped that for myself. But I thought this might be another gap filler. I pretty much have zip ID and lanyards that go together. I have way more zip IDs than I have lanyards, but I always like to have options. So this is a good neutral for sometimes you want to kind of tone things down a bit. Most of the neutrals I have are like purples and teals and black. So I thought it would be a nice addition. Also, there are a few zip ID type things that I didn't have a lanyard for and don't really have one to match. For example, this zip ID, I think it's zip ID and key from Stephanie Dawn. This is the Indigo Garden. This I did not get the lanyard. Just thinking again, I was going to cut down. It could match with a navy, which come to find out I don't have. But the khaki matches decent enough with it. So that was one thing. And then I have this Canyon. Now this one is interesting. It's not a regular zip ID. It's got this push lock. It's, I forget what it's called, like slide something. Anyways, it has the zip ID type thing. So you have a clear ID window and you have a zipper section there right behind it. And then it has this other piece where you can put like a Metro card. That's just a Vera thing. And you can like slide as you go. I don't think I'll use it for that purpose, but I really like the configuration of it, and you can tuck that, zipper in, but there you go. And this matches very nicely with that khaki as well, because obviously I don't have the matching lanyard. So I got it for slim niche there for a couple, and there's a couple more it could go with, but I do have their own. Now, let's talk about why I got these. So I already had the Bahama Bay, but I also grabbed a Peacock blue. And ironically, the Bahama Bay is more blue than the Peacock. The Peacock is more green. Not minty green, but sort of a greener. So they're both teal, but this is a deeper bluer teal, and this one's a greener teal, if you will. But here's why. Okay, so the Bahama Bay goes perfectly with like my fishy Zip ID and a few others. But let's look at some of these. I'm packing for cruising, so I had grabbed all my fishy stuff. And so if you look at this variety of different colors of fishies. Now, for the most part, they do go with that Bahama Bay, all of these ones especially. And even this one with the sea life, but that's a lighter, it's kind of a lighter thing. So let's go ahead and open this up because we're going to use it. I'm going to take it on this trip. All right, so let's open this up. Much easier to see. So side by side, you can really see the difference in those two colors. But, where was I? That one doesn't go as well. What were we just looking at? Oh, let's look at these. So the greener one, the Peacock, brings out these turtles and the greens in that pattern. I don't have a red one or a coral one, but I would use that together. I still would use this together because it does still match, kind of brings out those blues and whatnot. Anyway, so this one's a harder match, but that's okay. And I do have two of them because this one had the octopus centered and this one had some other things on it. All right, but getting into these ones, let me see which ones we want to look at first. So the fishy actually goes nicely with this, but it doesn't quite match it. This one actually matches better, even though it's still not a perfect match. So I don't know, maybe it's better, maybe it's not. I think this one actually goes with this, and that brings out the green, so it could go either way. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, now this one, this was the old Sea Life, but it had, I mean not Sea Life, shore thing, but it had this turtle, like this faux leather turtle on top. And I had only this color, it matches the zipper and whatnot. But I think this one also goes very nicely with it. So almost better, really, because it's, yeah. So you see my logic here. This is the more recent Sea Life pattern, which is called Paisley Wave. It was Paisley Wave and Paisley Wave Fish. And this one is the deluxe version, but by far this one matches much better with that. This also still goes with it. When I bought it, I had the intent of using it with it because it brings more of that paisley color in. And then these two are basically the outlet version of Shore Thing. And this was called Anchors Away. And I do this still totally, oops, put that tag back in there, my goodness. This one does match the Bahama Bay. You see those darker colors in there. But it also matches nicely with this because see again it brings in the greens in the pattern and the coral down here, same thing. So again, just giving myself more options there. The other thing about this green pattern, it goes with some other patterns that are older. For example, Heather. It goes, kind of brings those greens in. I do have already 3 purpley colors. I have elderberry, gloxinia, and I'm not sure what the other one's name is. I want to say like berry or something. But then I got this one. So I have 4 now in that color. This one is Raspberry Radiance, also microfiber. But so you look at it, you've got purple, you've got more of a pinky purple, definitely a pinky purple, and then this one's more pink than purple. So now I've just added a 4th in that spectrum there. And they all go with Heather, for sure. Like if you look at that, it picks out all the different colors in the pattern. So any one of them could go with it, but so does this one. And this one brings out some of those lighter pinks in the pattern, I think. So that's one. And then you have the Resort Medallion, which is a factory style. This color goes very nicely with that as well. Better than any of the others. I have Vines Floral, which this also goes nicely with. This is a Lighten Up, and I do have the actual Zip ID lanyard that goes with it. You have Carryall Elephants. Guess what? This brings in those pinks in the pattern. I do also have the matching Zip ID for that already. And you have Plum Crazy. You look at some of the colors on there, and guess what? That's a very nice match to bring out those colors. The raspberry color in that. So, and again, I have the lanyard that goes with this. So just some logic and some expansion of my lanyards to go with all the different Zip IDs and some of the thought processes behind it. I do have way too many Zip IDs, but I do use them. I use them a lot, actually. So there you go. Just adding some colors, and we'll put that aside for later. Okay, so that is Zip IDs and lanyards for me. And then I got, and this all just arrived, so I haven't even unwrapped everything. We got a factory style coin purse. This is Haymarket Paisley. I do so love the black backgrounds with bold, bright colors. This has a lot of gorgeous jewel tones in it. It is a Paisley pattern. You can't really get that so much from the coin purse, but I did get a lot of the different colors. And if I was to pull back those lanyards I just put away, almost all of them will match perfectly with this, with all these beautiful colors. So that's nice. The factory style coin purse has a slip on the outside, and then it's just a coin purse. I like these a lot, actually. Okay. Also in Haymarket Paisley, I got a couple of, well, one in Haymarket Paisley. This is a fleece loop scarf and a teddy fleece loop scarf. So it's coming into winter, and these were a great price. And I love the colors on the Haymarket Paisley. Let me open this up. Oh, these things are so sticky. All right, so this one is static. So they're pretty long loops. And I thought this would be really nice because it matches everything. I have like a ski jacket and matching ski pants that's the purple, blue, and teal kind of mix. So I thought this would go quite nicely with that. And because it's so versatile, you can just wrap it twice and you have this big neck thing. You can wrap it so that the color sticks out, or you can flip it so the black side's out. You can pull it up, like this, or you can put one of the loops over your head, and now you have a head and ear warmer, and it's pretty wide, so it doesn't fully cover the back of your head, but if you wrapped it just right, I would stay warm in a storm. Whew, got a lot of static though. But yeah, so I like that as an option. You can, of course, just wear it just hanging, like a regular scarf. And yes, there's a loop at the bottom, but it's way down here, so if you have a jacket over it or something, it's nice. And I really just love the soft fleecy aspect of it. So there you go. So we got that one, and then this one is the same concept except different fabrication. Got static. And this one is the teddy bear fleece one. I do have the fleece pullover, the fleece small backpack, a couple items in this, and this is Thunder Blue is the color. And this one is a small loop, so it's, I would say, half the length of the loop. I am glad I got both now that I realize that. I thought they were both the same, actually. So it's twice as long in the Haymarket factory style. But this one has a different material. First of all, it has that soft kind of Sherpa-like fleece on the outside. And then the inside is more of a, almost like a jersey material. So it is still stretchy and it is still soft, but it's not fleece on fleece. But anyways, has a little bit of give. Not as stretchy as the fleece on fleece. But this one is a little interesting to me. Actually kind of not disappointed per se, but again, you can use it for, head and neck. This one is a little bit wider. So put it over your head and just kind of pull it down, maybe. I'd have to be out in the really cold for that. But you could just put it around your neck. You could fold it in half and get both the plaid and the soft fleece. But it is warm against my neck. It feels soft And like I said, you can flip it inside out if you prefer the other side. So a little bit less versatile in this configuration just because of the length of it, but still a nice addition to the winter collection. I live in Arizona. I don't need a lot of winter stuff, but the fact of the matter is I do travel in winter. I do love to ski and snowboard, and I am moving eventually to Virginia, so we get snow every year. It's not crazy cold there, but anyway, you get the idea. While we're on the topic of scarves, and I'm not going to open this one up. Actually, I am. This is a soft fringe scarf. I have tons and tons of these in all different colors and patterns. This particular one is Seahorse, of course. And so it's a beautiful blues. Again, I'm going on a cruise. I had held off on this even though I wanted it, but I thought, you know, this is such a great option. You could use it as a scarf, so you can decorate it. You can use it as a head decoration, you know, you can wear it, you know, just to dress up something. It's lightweight, so it's not overheating. You could wet it down and use it a little bit of a cooling sort of function. It's not really designed for that, but I think it would work a little bit. But you can, you know, do all kinds of different head ties, and I mean, I'm not an expert on this, and my hair is not bulky. I wouldn't do it like this, but if you flip that over, I don't know. Now I'm just rambling on about it, but you could use it kind of like a sarong, which is why I got it, you know, going to the Bahamas and the Caribbean for December. So I can wrap that around my waist and use it with my swimsuit to go to and from the pool or at the beach. You even could lay it down as just like a beach blanket, just to kind of not have to lay directly on the sand. Again, it's not designed for that, but I always think outside the box. I mean, just how would I use it and maximize my use of it? It's plenty big for that. It's not very thick. You can see through it. You can see like my silhouette behind it. But it's perfect for the cruise for just so many things. Like the windy days, you're out to sea, you can just tie up your hair. Driving a convertible, people do that, you know. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, I don't have a convertible anymore. I did it one time though, and if you're not aware, if you have long hair and convertible, you better tie it up somehow because your hair will be so knotted. Ah. All right, anyways. This is just a weird presentation today, sorry. I'm all over the place. It is Sunday. Hope you're having a lovely weekend. This next item is an all-in-one wristlet, crossbody wristlet. This one is actually leather, and it's that blush pink color. So let me get this all unwrapped here. I had held off on it, but I do love the all-in-ones. And I have a bunch of blush items from different brands now, so I thought maybe I'll just go ahead and get this because it was an incredible deal. Retails for $150, and I think I got it for like $30 or something, so I couldn't pass on that. This is the Carryall RFID all-in-one crossbody in vintage rose. Now this side looks much more pinker. I don't think that's a word, but so we have the strap, which is removable, of course, just like regular all-in-one crossbodies. You've got the wristlet strap, also removable. But then you have this sort of, it's almost like a suede, but like a, I don't want to say stamped suede. It almost looks like an alligator, crocodile, but it's a suede instead of a leather. And then you see the two together. So this looks a little bit more blush. This looks a little more truer pink. It's really interesting. It's almost more of a really light mauve, honestly. But I like it. And then inside you have like a raspberry medallion type pattern, and that's cotton interior. So because it's leather, it's slightly different than the cotton ones, just ever so slightly. Like just the way that the snap is installed here, and it has two snaps here, so you have a little bit of expansion capability there as far as where your top falls, which is good. I do have my phone here, so I have a 6S Plus with the Vera Bradley case, and I normally put my phone in this front pocket on all of them. It does fit in this one, and has extra room there actually. Like I can stick my whole hand in comfortably in addition to the phone. And looks like for my phone, it can fit the tighter snap. It also obviously can easily go in the looser snap, so it just depends on how big your phone is width-wise. So it has a little bit of growth there. I'll put this back in here for now. Okay, and now just like all the other ones, it has 2 zippers. One thing I will say, one of the reasons I didn't get these sooner or more of them is these zippers are those awful metal rough zippers. They tend to be a little bit better on the leather than they are on the cotton and whatnot, but they're still 2-hand zippers to me. They're just not as smooth. So this has a nice configuration. If you're not familiar, you have, I know it's really hard to see right there, but you have 1, 2, 3, you have 4 vertical slips here, and you have a clear ID window with the easy access slot there. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, again vertical. And behind each side you have these horizontal ones as well. So 2 on this side and 2 more on this side. So you can fit all your stuff there. Behind that you have your slip there for your cash drawer, and you can pretty much put everything in that one section. Let me just put this stuff back in here. Then the back section is like your accordion style, so it's kind of like 2 wallets in one. Here you have mirror image. You have big slip, and then looks like 2 card slots here, 2 more card slots here, and then in the middle you have a zipper coin space. So there you go. The zipper pulls on this one are leather, and they're just sewn like a ribbon shape, and they're sewn on there so they won't come off. There you go. All right, so that is Carryall RFID all-in-one crossbody in vintage rose. I don't have anything pink really to compare it to, but there you go. Put all this aside. There's a lot of covers. Most of the time, the leather stuff comes with a dust bag to store it in. This one didn't, for whatever reason, but that's okay. And the last item I got, this is a Lighten Up Vera tote in Haymarket, Paisley. Let me open this up. Again, I do like the Haymarket Paisley because it's that black background with the bold colors. I like the Veras. Veras are very versatile tote because it's a big size. And the Lighten Up just gives you, to me, I don't like to use my cotton for anything that's going to get wet, or I like beachy or anything like that. But the Lighten Up version, I have a couple of them now. I'm less worried about it, so I'm more apt to use it. It's kind of a funny dichotomy of perspective. Like, I buy things because I want to use them, but then I don't use them because I don't want to ruin them. And so for a very long time, I just had all this beautiful stuff that I just looked at and never used. And now I've gotten enough stuff that I'm like, okay, I can actually use things. And anyways, evolution of life things. It's kind of funny. But oversharing. So here we go. This has like the seatbelt strap handles. So it's not the fancier version for sure. It's definitely D-classed, if you will, or not as sophisticated, but very, very functional nonetheless, and pretty durable as well. So you have those handles. You have a zipper pocket here. You don't have the slip. Normally you have a slip and a zip. Here you just have the zipper pocket, but it does run the full length down to the base. And then on the back, there is a slip pocket right there. Now, actually I said back, but to be honest, there's the tag, which is a rubber plate sewn on there. So technically, I guess this is the front. So you have a slip pocket on the front and a zipper pocket on the back. And Lighten Up standard, it does have that rubber zipper pull, factory style. But you can really see this pattern. You get a much better look at all of the colors. I like the purple, teals, and blues and pinks, and the white, and it just makes it pop. And I did order this online, so I didn't get to pick pattern placement, but I think I get a good assortment of all the colors and shapes. Inside the bag, it is a zip top closure. It's not really a tabbed zip top closure, so it comes to, you got that tab, I don't mean that, but I mean the flap closure. So you do have a little bit. There's the tag. Inside it's a very robust Lighten Up, and by that I mean it's the kind that has like that rubberized interior. Again, I think this is a great like beach type or lake bag, or a little bit more like camping, stuff like that. Or if you want to put wet things inside, this is going to be very waterproof on the inside. So you can put your wet towels, your wet swimsuits inside here, and then you can keep your other bags for dry goods, dry things like that. So that's my thoughts on it. Inside you have mesh pockets, 1, 2, and 3 on each side there. So you can't see them, I know, because it's black interior and black mesh, but they have that elastic top mesh pockets. Then on the bottom, there's the size of it. So it's a standard Vera size tote. Plenty of room for lots and lots of stuff. And that concludes this haul. Sorry, my hair's all kind of staticky now. Thanks for watching. Again, I hope you're having a great weekend. I'll see you again soon. Lots of more orders coming in from Jujubee and Lug, and I think that's it for Vera for now, but more to come. There's always more to come. Take care. Bye for now.